Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us today. We're going to be doing our second episode of a Yoshi's Island Super Replay, which means we're going to play the entire game in this episode, right, Dan Ryckert?
Yeah, you're right. And I'm sitting next to a guy that I don't even know if he deserved to be in the same room as the game I'm playing here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bryan Vore.
Why did the game fart or something? Why we shouldn't be in this room?
God,
Hang on.
come on. We're starting off with that. You're going to have fart jokes on replay?
His sense of humor is another reason he's going to get banned, and not the fact that he hates Yoshi's Island with a fiery passion.
Okay.
Well, hang on, Ben Hanson, because I'll give him this at least. Hanson's never played a Mario game until like 2 weeks ago. We found out last time.
Right.
So, Brian, we've talked about Mario games. You are a Mario fan.
I love Mario games, and my favorite Mario game of all time is Super Mario World.
Mine as well.
It's a fantastic game. I love everything about it. And I actually, like this game just fine. My argument is that it is not a Super Mario World game.
Have you seen the box of this game?
I have.
Is there
Could
some
you read
sort of
the
tell?
words on the box? I have the box up there. If you'd like me to turn the lights on.
Are you guys familiar with marketing? The concept of marketing?
No.
Do you think a game's going to sell better with Yoshi's Island or Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island?
I would trust Nintendo to, if they're going to put a 2 in front of something, it is a sequel to the first game.
Okay, what does it have in common with the first game in any way?
Well, there's this character Mario.
You'll
See him on Yoshi's back, which also
He's a
debuted.
baby. He was a man in the
Yes,
real
this
Super
is the
Mario
prequel. This is
World.
the prequel story of Mario.
Why is it called 2 if it's a prequel?
Well, Metal Gear 3 was a prequel. There.
Godfather 2.
Yeah, huh?
Go home, Brian.
I don't know if that's what was Godfather 2 a prequel.
It's split.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Well, part of it, yeah, I guess delved into the past.
Oh, okay. But yeah, basically, Brian, you're completely wrong here.
I don't think so.
I don't understand, Brian.
How does this even... This is not Super Mario Brothers.
Were you pissed at Super Mario Brothers 2?
No,
Because
it has
it wasn't-
Mario is in it. He is a full man, and he's doing
full
things.
man.
He's a man, and
So,
he's the one you're
My Mario
controlling.
needs chest hair, God damn it.
Yeah, it's the manly factor. It's how manly Mario is determines whether it's a real Mario game or not.
Yeah. If he can walk, that's my only requirement, that Mario can walk. I don't think that's too much to ask.
We'll probably get to one of these sections here.
Okay, show it to me. Show Mario walking.
Not only does he walk, he runs.
Yeah, we did.
And he runs with awesome music and a cape from Super Mario World.
Yeah, we did it in the last episode. Mario totally runs in this game. You're
He's
arguing.
got- what? I thought he knocks off and like starts floating away in a bubble. I thought that's what his main purpose was.
No, Mario actually does run around in this game.
All
And
right, let's
you
see
could
let's
make
see
the
it happen.
argument that you're controlling Mario, controlling Yoshi.
That's how I always saw it.
Right. Except for when he falls off, in which case you're controlling Yoshi for that.
Why can't Mario control his way out of that bubble?
Well, look, he doesn't in New Super Mario Brothers.
Who's controlling Yoshi when Mario's off his back?
God.
This is horrible.
All I'm saying is, Muppet Babies is not real Muppets. This is the Muppet Babies of Mario Brothers.
Muppet Babies was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome, but it's a different game. No one confuses that with the real Muppets.
No one.
This isn't the real puppet. This is a baby version, baby
Muppet
cartoon.
Babies wasn't called Muppets 2.
This is a baby version with cartoons. Like this is the Muppet
Well,
Babies.
clearly Brian's wrong, but let's dive into the first time you actually played this game, Brian. You're a crazy World fan. Were you counting down the days until this game came out?
No, I mean, didn't this come out way late in the Super Nintendo cycle?
Yes, it was like 95, so PlayStation was like out or just coming out, so it was Saturn, so yes.
Yeah, I don't think I really, I may have like moved on at that point, and I maybe gone back like years and years later.
That must be
to play it out.
So you didn't play this until long after it was out.
Right.
Okay, well that might be part of it.
And you don't like it.
I like it. I said I liked it. I just don't think it's a Mario game. It's not a Super
It's
Mario
not
Brothers
a
game.
Mario game.
It's not a Super Mario Brothers game. Not Super Mario World 2, the best Mario game of all time. It's not a follow-up to that game.
I would say it's a better follow-up to that game.
If you notice the title screen, Yoshi's Island is in huge words. Super Mario World 2 is in really tiny words. Because they're embarrassed about what they've done.
They're embarrassed at this game that
the
everyone
shameless marketing
loves.
ploy. Everyone loves.
There are haters out there.
Haters.
There's tons-
Worse cereal.
There's a lot of haters out there. I'm not a hater of this game. There's a lot of haters of this game, and there's a lot of people that don't even know it exists because it's They also agree that it's not a real Mario game.
Yeah, I did say in the last one that if you went up to most average gamers and say like, "Oh, what did you think of Mario World 2?" They'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
That never
But they would at
happened.
least know Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, I know it as Yoshi's Island. That's how everyone knows it. No one calls
That's
it
true.
Super Mario World 2. Who calls it that?
That's true. Even I don't, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. So,
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Now, one thing that's great about this game, moving on, is
We're coming back.
the way. I mean, we can totally come back to it, but the design and look of the game is really cool, and
Let's look at the
was
waterfall
totally
in the
changed.
background.
like in the initial concepting, wasn't this supposed to be more similar to Super Mario World? And then they kind of went in a totally different direction.
Tim
and-
was telling me that. Tim read that book.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard there's a lot of debate about whether or not to make it look like Donkey Kong Country, because that was the
Oh,
big release
God.
right before this.
I'm actually really glad they didn't do that.
Right,
That would have
right.
hurt it pretty substantially.
And you can see the remnants in like the game over screen, and even in the beginning, kind of the
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering
Pseudo-rendered Yoshi.
why that was
Yep.
totally different. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a fake 3D.
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell.
And now keep in mind how well Donkey Kong Country holds up compared to this. Like we just played Donkey Kong Country, and I know it's amazing at the time, and it's
still good.
still good, but nowhere near this.
Well, that's annoying.
And for the record, Returns is a billion times better than the previous one.
Oh, absolutely.
Donkey Kong Country Returns is one of the best 2D platformers ever made.
Yeah, and they did the right thing. Obviously, they were never going to go back and do it Super Nintendo style, where they can actually have real 3D graphics on this. But
Yeah.
the look of that one's going to hold up
Oh yeah, absolutely.
for a long time.
Looks gorgeous.
So to talk a little bit more about the Mario series, I bought New Mario Brothers Wii, or not Wii, but DS. And I played it, I enjoyed it. I don't think I 100%ed it, but I got pretty close. Dan, I'm curious where that stacks up in your mind. Because I was never really too blown away by it. It was nice, simple fun.
DS?
Yeah. But it level design, it didn't strike me as particularly creative
I think I listed it as my 8th or 9th favorite Mario game ever.
for the DS. You like the DS one more than the Wii?
A little bit, yeah. The 4-player stuff was a little too chaotic
Right.
at times. I mean, you can find a balance with like 1 player or whatever, but yeah, I mean, they're both great games. I mean, I wish I could have put that on my list, but yeah, it's better. The DS one's better.
Wait, I tuned out. You're talking about the Mario game or Yoshi's Island game?
New Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, okay.
They had the DS one and the Wii one, and I do slightly prefer the DS one.
By the way, we can all officially laugh at the name New Super Mario Brothers now.
I don't care. It's Mario.
Man,
What else
I
you
hate
gonna
it so
do?
much.
I mean, it obviously like convinced normal people who hadn't played Mario to go out and buy it like crazy because it was like, hey, this is Super Mario Brothers. Whereas Galaxy, they're like, whoa, Mario in space, I don't get it.
I don't get it. He's where?
He's where now?
Nah. I don't get this just
Well, I mean, you look at the
Fat Shy Guy?
yeah. I mean, you look at the sales for New Super Mario Brothers versus Galaxy, and it's pretty sad the difference.
Right.
New Super Mario Brothers sold so much.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, it was crazy.
And even Donkey Kong sold really well.
That's great. That makes me so happy to hear that.
Yeah, that is cool. Just for platforming in general, I mean, it'll be great to have another Donkey Kong game, but just any of the classic franchises that have been gone. Hopefully, this means we can finally get 2D Metroid.
I
that
don't
would
think so,
be-
man. I think it's completely different ballpark. You're talking about like a fun, simple game to grasp for everyday consumers. Like, oh, Mario, remember that from my childhood.
From my kid.
My kid just
My
told me
kid
about
told
it.
me about this.
Never sets up. Whereas Metroid, it's still a pretty hardcore game.
Oh yeah.
I guess if people can only run like left to right or something, and I guess that's simpler than a Metroid game, but I don't know. I mean, so Retro's got both Metroid and awesome 2D skills with Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
How awesome would it be? I mean,
They would
if
be great.
anything, 3DS. Like, it seems like those type of games worked really well on portable systems too.
Right.
I would take it either way, but it seems like if Nintendo only wants to do portable, I'd be fine with that too. That'd be awesome.
So did you lose your mind when Fusion and Zero Mission came out?
Oh, they were great.
Oh my god, they were amazing. Yeah, Fusion, I actually couldn't help myself and bought the crappy first Game Boy Advance with no light.
Oh, you get like a worm light.
Oh, it was just terrible.
Blech.
But I loved the game so much that I powered through it. And then, of course, after I bought it, they announced the SP.
I think I made the right
flip.
decision with that. Is I played it on the Game Boy Player for GameCube. So I played it on a TV, like Fusion and Zero Mission.
Oh, and the player was out by the time Fusion was out or something?
One of them, It was out for. I don't remember the other one, but I played both of them on that.
That's a good way to do it.
Just giving up there,
Yeah.
Dan? Just giving up on that?
Yeah, screw it.
Just gonna
Now-
tickle it with your nose 4 times and give up?
Yeah.
All right.
Now Fusion is on.
Race
It's
car.
It's gonna
the
be on
3DS.
3DS. Yeah.
It was Fusion, not Zero Mission, right?
I believe
Pretty sure it's Fusion.
so. Yeah, I think it's Fusion. Look at this Inspector
Look at
Gadget
that.
car.
Um,
Look at this
look how
awesome
cool that
Inspector
is,
Gadget
Bryan.
car I have.
Yep, Mario Brothers, the classic. Go Gadget car.
Look how cool that is!
It's amazing.
So when I got
Mario World had a
confused earlier when we were talking about Super Mario on DS, I thought you were talking about Yoshi's Island DS.
Yeah.
No, we
we
talked about
talked-
that in the
yeah.
last episode. Did you play that one?
I sure did.
It's a little.
Not
your
so great.
thoughts?
No, yeah.
And you'll notice it's not called Super Mario World 3, Yoshi's Island
Because
DS.
it's not up to that quality standard like this one was.
Why would they take it off? I mean,
Because it
if it's,
was.
if this is
They
part
played
of
it and they
Mario,
said this isn't worthy of the Mario World name.
this is it's the same. That is a direct. I would call that a sequel. I wouldn't call. I would say that's a sequel to this game. Whereas
That's
this is not a
ludicrous.
sequel
It's
to
called
Super Mario
Yoshi's
World.
Island DS. It's not called Yoshi's Island 2. This is called Super Mario World 2.
It's Yoshi's Island on a DS. Super Mario World 3. Let's call it that from now on.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
If you're a gambling man, the next 15 years, are they going to make a Super Mario World 3?
Or why would they call it that and not Super Mario Brothers 4?
Right. Well, they'd have
Yeah,
to choose.
it seems like that'd be more epic.
And they make it episodic. That'd be really good.
How
Can't
could
wait.
that fail?
I
Tails
think
can be in the
people,
second one.
People would be way confused if you called it Super Mario World 3 because there was never a 2.
If you called it Super Mario World, huh.
He's
Yeah.
he's trying to get your goat.
yeah. Well, you know, I've got box art on my side. Tangible evidence
you're
that
good.
I'm correct.
It's just marketing, man. That's all it is.
It's on a box.
How annoying is Mario's cry, by the way?
Eh,
God, you are
heard
one of those
worse.
guys. Oh, you're the worst.
I bet
Jeez,
like
I'm gonna change
there's-
seats up in the bullpen.
I bet there are a
You
lot of
should.
gamers out there that
You should
just
sit closer
hear
to
that.
Joe.
Yeah, Brian's in the middle of me and Joe right now. I'm sure it's a pleasant place to be.
Oh, that's
Not
awesome.
a whole lot of yelling over your cube, though. Usually he
Usually,
comes over
yeah.
to antagonize me.
He comes to you, basically.
Yeah.
That's the thing is,
you can't.
No! Dan!
Cuba.
Cuba?
he says his
Yeah,
own
your
last
great
name.
Cuba argument of 2010. You said Castro is a much better leader.
All right. We're getting through this all right.
But you guys have to admit, if the Super Mario World 3 came out, people would be confused.
You're right.
And why,
I'm not
why
gonna
am I
argue
right?
that-
Explain why I'm right.
I'm not gonna argue that a lot of people see this as Yoshi's Island and not Super Mario World 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you're putting the game down by saying it doesn't belong in the official Mario canon. When I would argue it's the most creative 2D Mario.
And how many have you beaten?
So many.
Yeah.
Man, I downloaded World on WiiWare. I played that for... Must have played that twice.
All right, so now we can gang up on Hanson. We're done with you. What a dummy that Hanson is.
You know what it is? Honestly, I think this is what it comes down to as far as World goes, is I'm a really stubborn guy. Generally not a good guy. But I think I played it when I was a kid, and the cape confused me. I didn't understand how to control it, and so I just said... like,
Turns out you just hit back a bunch.
Yeah, no, that's it. I just said like, oh, this is confusing, this sucks, and put it down when I was like, maybe 10. And now when I even go back to it, I still have that weird grain within myself, just like, ugh, this is disgusting, this is wrong. It's
Look,
deep-seated.
You got to get over
Was
that,
it-
man.
I
You got to get
can't.
over it.
What was it, 91 Mario World came out? If my idiot 7-year-old brain could comprehend the cape, then you're a smart guy, 10-year-old brain.
I think you underestimate how dumb I am when it comes to games. Like, I rented Mario 64 probably 4 times with an N64 and whatnot. I didn't understand the concept of stars. I just treated it like an open world game. I just ran around and explored,
Oh my
killed
God.
enemies, then left. Because I must have played in some other game where somebody had every level unlocked. So I just went around and explored.
Did this all come up in your interview with Andy?
No, thank God. But that's an interesting topic because I was
just-
petrified that he was going to quiz me on games.
And didn't you point at the Solid Snake statue? And you
Yeah.
went, hey, Solid Snake.
So here's how it went down.
Was it the right guy? Was it the right statue?
No, I was pointing at his
the
Ico
Fallout
poster
guy.
from Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, no.
No, so what it was, I was scared he was going to quiz me a lot about games, but I know a lot about games, even though I haven't played a lot of the classics, not growing up with that nonsense.
And Agro's the best character of all time, according to him.
The one I care
In the
most
his-
about.
Across
The
all
horse?
mediums. Across all
The
mediums.
horse. That stupid horse.
This is the guy you've got on your side, Ryckert.
And he also says Loveline is the great. Oh, and I like Loveline. I like Loveline a lot.
Corolla era Loveline.
He says, yeah, Corolla era Loveline is the. I'm quoting you on this, Ben.
Please
the
do.
greatest show of all time across any medium.
Agreed.
And he stands by that. Yeah.
Now this is where
No Arrested Development, no early Simpsons.
much better than Arrested Development.
No, The Wire.
If you put it up next to like the first 9 seasons of The Simpsons, I will lose sleep over that choice. But I'm still gonna give it to Loveline.
Loveline.
Not The Wire, Breaking Bad, or no.
Just unscripted sex calls.
Yeah.
Obviously, Corolla riffs really well in between that stuff.
It is
It's
very
hilarious.
fun.
It's
It is
informative.
hilarious.
It helps people. What more do you want? Anyway,
Any
so-
medium.
All right, shut up. Let's
Okay.
not talk about that. So in this job interview,
Well, at least you're not really allowed to touch games. You're basically the
Yeah,
video
to
guy.
touch
so,
them, yeah.
so that's probably a good thing. I mean, that you
every
don't
once in a
know.
while I try and get a playtime, just pick up a 360 controller, and then Reiner comes in and smacks it out of my hand.
Yeah.
An awesome work environment. But then after the interview, I realized like we didn't really talk about games at all, and I wanted to like make sure that they knew that I was a crazy fan of the industry and a crazy fan of games. So like on my follow-up call with Andy, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna quiz you on games. I'm not gonna make you recite Mass Effect or anything." I was like, "No, I could do it. I swear to God, I could recite it. I could recite it really well."
Yeah.
I like Mass Effect so much. But,
That is a good game.
turns out it's a good game. But yeah,
So,
but
okay.
I tried to make sure that they knew that I knew about games by bringing up the Solid Snake statue in Andy's office.
And
Or
that was a
Naked
Fallout
Snake,
guy?
if you want to get technical.
It was a Fallout guy.
No, it was not the Fallout guy.
It was totally a Fallout guy.
Was this the first time they did kind of these secret?
Yeah.
Because that's a cool thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool things in it.
Yeah, I never said it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
I hate the slight pause it does when you jump in it, though.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
it's kind of weird.
People always complain about that weird stuff, like in New Super Mario Brothers, when you die. So many people are like, "Oh my God, if somebody else dies, like does that little hiccup," and I don't care.
It is kind of annoying when you're in the middle of a jump, and you're like, "Oh, gonna make." Oh, jeez. What the hell?
God, these jerks. Okay.
So the guy that says Loveline is the best entertainment product of all time
And Aggro
says that
is
this
his
is the
favorite
best 2D
gaming
Mario.
character
Yep.
And do you agree with this, Dan?
I'm not saying it's the best 2D Mario. Absolutely not.
Which 2D Marios
I'm
is
saying
Yoshi's
it's the
Island better?
third best 2D Mario.
Now,
So
what
what are the top
makes
two?
Mario World better than this one, Dan?
Mario World's number 1. Mario 3 is number 2.
I don't
And
trust your
this-
nostalgia is what it comes down to.
Okay.
Mario World, I play it today. I honestly play that game a few times a year. Like, it is so good still. Like, the
It's-
controls are super spot on. There is something to be said about controlling Mario instead of Yoshi. I mean, it's a little more... Yoshi controls fine, but... I don't know, Mario with the fire flowers and the cape and the...
It sounds like
powers-
nostalgia to me, Dan.
No, it's not. I played them both today. Look, I played both of these games to death when they first came out.
Right.
And I played them both. I'm playing this now. I played Mario World this year, a couple months ago. And Mario World is still the better game.
All the secrets that are in there.
Oh, yeah, the secrets
Branching
are great.
paths.
Yeah.
That I will give you. I like this boss.
Yeah, this boss is great. I like how he looks all worried when the Shy Guys start pushing him. It's so annoying when he pushes you back like that. I hate it. Watch how worried he gets. He's gonna get so worried. Yes, I face the one tooth coming out. Oh, I love it. He's got stupid flowers on his ghost head. That's not how ghosts work. And I like if you time it right, you can get like one Shy Guy off or two, and then he doesn't have so much push.
Just to be clear, I am jealous of you guys that you got to play these games as a kid.
Yeah, it was magical.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the best thing.
I mean,
I remember I didn't get Super Nintendo like right away when it came out. It was probably a little like a year or two later, just because whatever, they're expensive and you're a kid.
Most lawns.
But yeah, I've just been playing NES forever, and to have like Super Mario World packed in as like the one game you own for the first 6 months, more than delivered on that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just amazing, huge leaps forward with like music, sound, graphics, everything you could think of. Like,
Look at
just
this
brought
guy.
it all forward.
This guy's not doing too good. What you can do about this? There we go. Oh, yep. See ya. Yeah, you should be worried. Yeah. I got this, or no, I'm sorry, Mario World 1 and Link to the Past on the same day.
Right.
There will never be a day in my gaming history that ever, like two of my favorite games ever, one of them is my favorite game ever on the same day.
Probably the best day of your life.
It was a pretty big day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Like, I fell in love with gaming and I had genuinely bad games. Like, I grew up with a Game Gear and was like, this is the greatest thing known to man.
Why did you decide on that?
I have no idea. There's so many weird mysteries in my past. Like, I look back on it My friend had a Game Boy. I saw Link's Awakening, played a little bit of it there. Like, I realized it was awesome, but I never asked my parents for a Game Boy. I never begged for Nintendo, even though I played it at my aunt and uncle's and it was awesome. I just was very content. Like, I'm happy with this Game Gear. I'll stick with it. Like,
was that your primary gaming source for like 5 years?
That and the Apple II.
Oh my God!
Up until the original PlayStation, that's all it was.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I could not have been a bigger pain in the ass as a kid when I wanted the game. Because most of the time, I just mowed lawns and bought them. But like every year for Christmas, I would just hammer home to my grandma and say, like, I need this game. I need this game for Christmas. And like, let's say it was one year it was Star Fox, I remember. I would, not email, but I would send her actual physical letters. I would tell her every day. I would fax her almost daily. Like,
why did you have access to a fax machine?
I don't know. My stepdad had one. And like, I would seriously take like Game Informer reviews and stuff and fax her reviews and be like, look, it's really like she gave a shit if it was a good game. Like, it's just that I wanted it. But I would fax review scores and stuff and be like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. I need to get this. I need to get this. And usually worked, except for one year when I asked for Earthworm Jim 2 and I got Earthworm Jim 1 again.
Ooh.
Oh, I had to pretend to be happy about that.
One time I got
Earthworm Jim
I
1.
can play that PD level again.
I think.
Can't you just return those things, or how was it?
I did.
Different
I
state?
I ended up getting it. I got Earthworm Jim 2.
I had a feeling you made it work.
I got it done. Yeah.
Despite your stupid grandma.
God rest her stupid soul.
Oh.
Was that first?
She is dead.
Oh, damn it.
Died like a year ago.
Hanson, you
Never get over that, dude.
Darkest moment in replay history. No, it was 2 years ago. It's cool.
You got to do the math on that, Hanson. Most people's grandparents are not around anymore. You can't take
Yeah,
over this.
Jesus Christ. I need to go home.
I'm going
All right, I'm going home now. You're fine. By the way, look at all these monkeys eating watermelon, and I can fit watermelon seeds at them. Brian, do you not see how awesome this is?
I keep saying,
Ryan,
it is
worship.
awesome. It's an awesome
Worship
game.
at the
Wait.
altar.
I just remembered a really dumb short story from that era of faxing things to people to convince them of things.
Oh, God.
I used to do that to my friends
The
too
fact
because
that you had access to this,
Yeah.
is baffling.
well, Brian and Ben both know something about how I really like to talk people into seeing movies with them because tonight I'm trying to convince them to get drunk with me and see Jack and Jill because it looks terrible. The Adam Sandler movie where he plays his own sister or whatever. So I used to do this back in like elementary school and try to talk friends into going to movies with me. I distinctly remember sending a fax to Jeff Hadaway in 6th grade. It
God
was
rest his stupid soul.
no, he's just a pothead now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, I sent him a fax of a newspaper cutout of the ad for Sergeant Bilko starring Steve Martin because it said 2 thumbs up from Roger and Ebert. And I remember circling, they're like, 2 thumbs up, Siskel and Ebert back then. And being like, hey, we gotta go. And it worked.
Wow.
I saw Sergeant Bilko in the theaters.
So your friends all had fax machines too? What the
I
hell?
don't know, it was like
Kansas City is
like
a weird
90,
place.
95.
Capital of the world.
It's on our sign. Yeah.
It's like instant message conversation. You just fax sheets of paper back and
I
forth.
did it a whole lot. I really did it a lot.
Emoticons.
You guys did fax?
Not until I was working like here at the office.
See, no, that was like my fax heyday. Was like 5th grade. I hate faxing now.
Oh my God.
Faxing's stupid now.
I love the
Fax
Jungle
hated.
Shy guys.
Yeah, these guys are great. They do that little dance.
They remind me of like the Jungle Lego sets. The guys with like the red masks, you know? Were you a Lego guy, Dan?
I wanted to be, and I always got jealous of my friends, but I never had like the money. My parents like they're
So
too
that's what it
expensive for my
is.
parents to buy.
I just kept asking for Legos instead of Nintendo games.
yeah, that's a mistake. As great as Legos are, I buy Legos like crazy now.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not like crazy. I have a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and I have like a TIE fighter I need to put together, but I've got like a huge Imperial Star Destroyer and some other stuff.
Yeah, I can't go to any sort of store and not walk through the Lego
Oh,
aisle.
Yeah.
Just drool. Especially because they have like weird throwback like space and pirate sets now that are sweet.
Yeah. They got a lot of cool stuff.
They got away from that whole Harry Potter nonsense.
They got some cool like Batman stuff, and I like that
Hanson,
stuff.
do you just build these and then like set them on a bookshelf somewhere, or do you take them apart and make different things, or what's the
No.
strategy?
This is I don't buy them anymore.
Okay, you just look at them in the store.
Yeah, I just look at them. I mean, I had a crazy town built when I was a kid. I was one of those kids that like kept building and rebuilding this town with like spaceships and whatnot, and then I'd take pictures of it and send it to the Lego magazines, check it every month to see if I could get in.
And your heart was broken every time?
Every single time.
Oh,
I sent a bunch of reader art into this magazine. I never got in.
Now you know
Yeah.
why that is. We just get a lot of reader art. So.
Yeah, it's probably just like Sub-Zero driving like Axel's vehicle from Twisted Metal 2 or some nonsense.
I really wish I could find my old sketchbook because it was some dumb stuff. It was some really dumb stuff. Lots of like GoldenEye, Twisted Metal stuff. I always tried to make dumb jokes and stuff with it.
Oh, wow, I bet you did.
Yeah, I used to do a bunch of like, you are not red E. Do you remember that campaign? The PlayStation campaign, where it's the letters U-R-N for not, and then they would have a red E, and it was like, you're not ready for PlayStation. And so I would draw like Sweet Tooth and Warhawk like shooting missiles at Mario and Sonic, and Mario and Sonic like sweating, and we're like, oh, like, worried.
So what was your conversion like from a Nintendo junkie to a PlayStation junkie?
I mean, I wouldn't ever say I was like, I love Nintendo, but I never stopped loving Nintendo. It's just, oh, now I love PlayStation too, and oh, now I love Xbox too. Like, although Xbox did take me a while to come around to it.
What lured you in?
Soul Calibur 2. That's the one that made
Huge
me
Spawn
buy it.
fan?
No, it was, I was so obsessed with the Dreamcast Soul Calibur, and I thought that the Xbox S controller was the closest thing to the Dreamcast one, because it had the stick up there. So I bought an Xbox for that, and then I got like KOTOR, I got Halo, and I was rough on Halo for a little bit, but I came around.
You've played a surprising amount of RPGs. You recently
Really?
brought up KOTOR, and I was like, wow, I can't believe you actually played that.
I
Like,
love KOTOR.
but it seems like you just do nothing but bash RPGs.
I don't bash RPGs.
On
I
a
like
daily
them.
basis.
No, I don't.
I don't know what you're
So
talking
you played Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I like Chrono Trigger a lot.
Paper Mario's.
Paper Mario's, the Mario and Luigi's are all great. Final Fantasy X, I love.
Right.
It was just basically I kind of missed that like 16-bit heyday, but I went back and I did Chrono Trigger.
Right.
I absolutely intend on going to Final Fantasy VI. At
Really?
Some point. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they're great games. I like them a lot.
How do you... I mean, you obviously played a lot of Super Nintendo. How did you miss the RPG
You know,
phase?
my cousin always tried to get me into them because we would always just hang out and play like all sorts of games all day. And he loved like Secret of Evermore and all these RPGs and stuff, and the old Final Fantasies. And I tried them, and not that my attention span is super great right now, but when I was like 10, 11, 12, I had to go to a menu to fight. I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I'm going to go play Mortal Kombat.
Just imagine you chugging Tang.
Tang? No. Tang?
Love that Tang.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Old
What is
Tangy Ryckert.
You guys see who's outside the window right now?
Yeah.
Don't acknowledge physical
Okay, I'm not.
presence.
Well, I don't even have to say his name. People know who he is already. I bet he's making a dumb face. I'm not even looking over there.
He's smiling in a way I've never seen him smile before.
Yeah, God, he's got the bald head now too. He's like, oh man.
People don't know that.
Oh yeah, he's bald now.
Nope.
Oh, he's opening the door. Just come in here, you idiot. You're gonna do it.
Grab Brian's microphone.
Oh God. Are we gonna give him an actual microphone?
I can't turn that on without stopping the recording.
Sorry, tech issues, Joe. Gotta go upstairs and do dumb Joe things. God damn it! I'm trying to shoe. You know, the correct thing to it's like when PETA does like oh, Mario's in a raccoon suit thing and they want attention. The correct thing would be to not pay attention to Joe and not say that you untied my shoe. Get out of here.
All right.
I'm sorry.
We're safe now.
Okay. That's the thing. He's so... Okay, so yes, we do have this little feud thing on Super Replay and everything, but he just genuinely antagonizes me anytime he gets the chance. Like, first of all, look at this shy guy.
Oh, cool.
Why does he
Anyway,
talk like that?
So yeah, I'm trying to get people to go to Jack and Jill today, and just because I think it's going to be fun and funny, Joe is leading a campaign to convince people to not see Jack and Jill with me. Just for the only reason being so I have less of a fun time. Damn it, Joe.
I don't think it takes a lot to convince people to not go see Jack and Jill, though. He's got a pretty easy job there.
That's true. He didn't know what it was until I showed him the trailer yesterday. His face was pretty funny when he was watching it. I guess I don't need eggs because I'm going to go fly. And this stuff.
See you, Brian.
You're a Yoshi plane?
There you go.
Look at that plane go.
Yep, that's a plane.
That's a plane. I'd get in that plane.
First
I said get in.
You've played a lot of Call of Duty. You know that's a helicopter, right?
Oh yeah, I guess it is a helicopter.
I'm trying to talk in your language.
For like 16 years I thought that was a plane. But yeah, it's clearly a helicopter. It's,
What
it's
vehicle is
clearly
this?
a helicopter.
What vehicle is this, Dan?
That is a horse and carriage. Yeah, you're right. That's totally a helicopter. I have no argument towards that being a plane of any description. Wow, yeah. When you said, yeah, that's a plane, I thought you were making fun of, like, his nose looking silly. Wow, really?
Yeah, you said it
Crazy.
was a plane many times.
I'm not kidding, for years and years.
I think we can go ahead and tell the story of you confusing a hyena for a cheetah in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, okay, so I'm at the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 review event, and basically I got to the part where if you've played Modern Warfare 3, you leave a church, and while breaching it, a hyena jumps on you, and you're forced to shoot it in the head a couple times. I thought it was a cheetah, and so I texted everyone that worked here, or a couple people, and said, this is hilarious, I just shot a cheetah in the head while I was in a church. And everyone here thought it was really funny, and it just became this running joke. Actually, we could probably get some followers for a certain cheetah, couldn't we?
All right, let's go ahead and do that.
Jeff Cork started the Church Cheetah Twitter account, which is pretty hilarious, and no one's following it but us, basically, right now, because, there was embargoes and stuff, but the game's out now. So, yeah.
And we were expecting this wave of popularity of people rising up saying how funny it is that you had to shoot this cheetah in a church because it's a goofy situation for a cheetah to attack you.
Yeah.
And it was on the final pass of your review.
Well, it started with Miller. Miller was like, are you sure it was a cheetah? Because cheetahs don't really hunt that way. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it was a cheetah. And it's like, really? Because cheetah's like, and I was like, it's a cheetah or a panther or something.
It's like a cheetah, but it's kind of small. Looks like a dog. It barks.
Yeah.
Barks at you.
And so
Voiced by Whoopi Goldberg.
So we start doing some proofing on it, and I just had to do a quick fact check because there were some questions about what it was, and I had to email Activision, and I said, hey, at this part, do you shoot a cheetah in the head or a hyena? And they were like, well, this is my favorite fact checking assignment I've ever been on, and they came back and said it was in fact a hyena, which it turns out makes a lot more sense because they hunt and stuff. And cheetahs don't, or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
But Jeff Cork had built up this masterpiece of a Twitter account.
Yeah.
Detailing the life of this cheetah, which he then had to modify into a cheetah that's really a hyena.
Yeah, like he turned it in, he made it part of the canon.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He did a great job, too. So, yeah, if you would like to all follow Church Cheetah, which is going to be funny because let's not tell him that we said this, and then all of a sudden he gets all these emails like, Church Cheetah is now being followed by...
That'll be awesome, especially since he probably will never listen to this replay.
No.
Yeah, make sure you start at the beginning of that account and go through every tweet, because if you want to see Jeff Cork's sense of humor at its peak,
Oh, yeah, Jeff Cork.
it's the subtlety of that account.
Yeah.
I won't spoil anything. That is an interesting idea. Dan, have you ever listened to a replay that you haven't been on?
Yeah. It's not that frequent. I mean, I don't listen to the ones I'm on, most of the time. The Army Men one, I heard about Tim and Matt singing Metallica, and I wanted to see that. So I watched that one. I mean, it happens, definitely. But yeah, like I said, I very rarely even watch the ones I'm on. And immediately forget everything I said on them, which is why whenever someone tweets to me, I never know what the hell they're referencing. And like, Nesquik shows up in the mail, and I don't know why. I do remember the favorites thing, so that made sense.
The background here is probably the most cluttered this game ever gets.
Pretty cluttered.
It's a little messy.
Yeah, not too sharp. There's not a whole lot of areas like this.
Yeah, we should take this out of the Mario canon series just because the background's not that good.
Hey, is this game going to be in the free stuff, 3DS?
No.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's the GBA version, but yeah.
The GBA?
Oh, the GBA one. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah,
Which has a couple little bonuses, like audio from the N64 game.
That's not a bonus. We talked about that in the last episode, but it brings it down a little bit for me. I hate hearing Yoshi's stupid grunts and boing hops and all that stuff. I'm into the natural Yoshi experience.
Look at these jerks. Oh, God, I'm not wasting all these eggs on those guys.
Did you like the
Give
GBA
me a flower.
version? Right?
I didn't play it, but I did look up every game that was going to be part of the ambassador program.
That's going to be soon, right?
In theory.
It's got to be this year, and there's only a little bit of time left. I don't know when people will be hearing this, but
I think they've only released 5 at this point, right?
They released the NES.
they released the 10
No, I
NES.
know, but even the list of the GBA games they're releasing.
Oh, yeah, there's still 5 mystery
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
exciting.
Yeah, I forgot
Didn't
about
think
that
of
whole
that.
thing.
Oh, you jerk. I got to go. There's spikes. Go
I'm
down,
most
idiot.
excited I'm excited about Fusion. I haven't played that.
That's good.
Looking
You
forward
haven't
to
played
this
it?
one.
Oh,
No.
okay.
It's safe to assume Ben just hasn't played it if it's a video game, I think, at this point. If he hasn't
A
played
video
Mario
game
3.
before the PlayStation era, there's a really good chance I haven't played it.
Oh. All right.
Such a
But then WarioWare for the GBA is going to be
WarioWare is
fantastic on the
great.
3DS.
I was obsessed with that game.
Yep.
Oh my god, that game was great.
I
And
played
actually,
the GameCube version mostly.
The GameCube one, I mean, it's a lot of the same mini games and stuff.
Yeah, but it's great for the multiplayer. I actually went out and bought it after we did that replay with.
Oh yeah.
I was on that one.
Oh yeah, it was. It is great multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's one of those series that just kind of fell off, didn't it? Was it a Wii game?
They had
that was the
Smooth
last one?
Moves on Wii, and then they had the DIY for.
DIY is pretty
DS.
cool, but I mean,
It's kind of an offshoot. It's kind of played out.
And I guess that team was.
What do you think?
That's the same team as Rhythm Heaven, so I'm guessing they worked
It
on
is?
the Wii version. I'm pretty sure it's the same
Oh,
team.
yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they just moved over to Rhythm Heaven, and that's
Yeah.
probably it.
Which people aren't really talking about, but that is a fantastic series.
It was yeah, that was a cool game.
Well, I'm thinking of Elite Beat Agents. Something a different thing.
game.
Yeah, those are different, but those are cool too. I like those. I got the Japanese sequel.
Was
It's
the
extra
sequel,
weird.
Are you sure it wasn't the original? Because I heard when they brought it over to America, they just completely redid a lot of stuff.
They sure did, but they also made a sequel in Japan that never came over.
Is it a lot of J-pop or what?
Oh yeah, pretty much all.
Oh.
And it's way hard too, but
God damn it.
yeah, it's weird that they can't just port it over as is, or at least give it to Atlas or somebody to port like super Japanese style, where they felt the need in Elite Beat Agents to Americanize it so much and change everything. But
Yeah,
it'd be
even
cool.
the original Rhythm Heaven for GBA actually just imported, and I'm playing right now, and it's really, really fun. It seems like a pretty simple localization job. Like, there's so little text in those games, you know. It's like I can play it just fine without speaking like a Japanese. So
do they actually say words in Rhythm Heaven when they're
occasionally they do, yeah. There's one that's actually kind of tough, where you're marching, and there's a drill instructor, and he's screaming either left or right. So I just had to learn left and right in Japanese and just memorize it. And
Now what are the words for that?
It's like, right.
Yeah, I knew that would pay off. That was gonna be gold.
Every Japanese listener, just look to the right. I'm pretty sure.
Here's an interesting
It's like
question.
I've been listening to replay for over a year, and I finally understood the words. I knew there was something in there.
Jeffem can speak Japanese, right?
To a certain extent, I
Yeah,
believe.
Jeffem and Kato both know some Japanese.
So here's an interesting question. Have you guys, you were just talking about like Rhythm Heaven, the Japanese one. What games have you imported? I think it's just one for me.
Let's see. I guess it was the only one I can remember off the top of my head is that well, I got it when I was in Japan, was the Elite Beat Agents 2, or I forget what it's called.
I bought
Japan.
this isn't the one I imported, but when I was in Japan a couple months ago, I bought NBA Jam on the Japanese version.
Is it?
Oh,
really
how is
different?
that?
I haven't played it.
You know, I bought a bunch of Japanese games for old systems and the old systems themselves, but like I spent 10 minutes trying to get it to work and didn't work, so I've got this big stack of Japanese games, like Street Fighter and everything. Japanese Star Wars for NES, which is really weird.
Oh, is that the one with the Darth Vader scorpion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we should do a replay on.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, it
great.
would be fun.
But yeah, I just never bothered to like keep working on it to get them to work. But
Only one I imported from within the states was I imported Soul Calibur 2 actually for GameCube because I couldn't import the Xbox One, so until I got the Xbox One, I played the Japanese GameCube one with Link. So
Wow.
it's pretty good.
Back in the day, are you going to talk about this boss?
The boss fight's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can just say that around every.
Look at
boss
Yoshi's face. It's the only time he's ever made that face. It's great.
But back in the day,
that frog looks high, doesn't he?
Thanks, Jim Brewer.
hang on.
Okay. Oh yeah, so it's stomach acid. You have to dodge stomach acid. This is messed up.
This reminds me of the level in Little Big Planet 2. Remember that one where you're like shooting down the white blood cells, or you are a white blood cell and you're shooting down the infections in the body? It's great.
I never get claustrophobic, but this boss fight, and it gets smaller, like, it's rough. Oh, God. Are you done?
That
You
is
get
pretty
crapped
funky.
out. Yoshi gets crapped out. Okay. Oh, God, this is difficult. Okay.
Frogs have a pretty simple interior like circulation system, digestion.
Turns out, yeah.
Just a tube, and then a big
uvula.
circle.
Is that what it's called? The uvula? The thing in the back of your throat?
I think it is called that, Tim.
That's right.
All right.
You know, medically speaking, the stomach is outside the body because it's just a tube that runs through your body. So your esophagus, your intestines, all that stuff inside is technically outside
That
the
doesn't
body.
make any damn sense.
It's true. I learned it from Dr. Drew on Loveline, the greatest show ever made.
Oh god.
Do you still listen to Dr. Drew or whatever he's doing now?
I mean, he's on like 16 different shows right now.
Like
I
Celebrity
do listen to a
Rehab and
podcast called the Get It On podcast, which cuts together old Loveline episodes.
He listens to so many podcasts. He listens to a podcast that cuts together Loveline.
And regular Loveline, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You just got
I
popped
don't
up.
keep up with current
Oh,
Loveline
here it
anymore.
comes.
Oh, no.
Oh, they just sanitized it with magic.
Yeah. Look at his face. His face. Yeah, you just got crapped out. That's the face
I
you made.
crapped out a dinosaur. I guess my face would look like that too. Hanson, what have you? It sounds like you're a big importer. You imported Rhythm Heaven. Anything else?
Rhythm Heaven. I actually imported a game that I wanted to bring into the office because we have a Japanese GameCube here. I thought it would run on my GameCube. Turns out it doesn't. But I am obsessed with this Japanese only. Actually, it was released. The first one was released in Europe as well. But it's this kind of puzzle platformer, I guess I'll call it. It's called Karin, something like that. I've never really shown it to you guys, but it's a
Never
little
told
bit
me
like
about this,
irritating stick, if you remember that PlayStation
Yeah.
game. You're just a rotating stick, and you have to navigate around this series of challenges and whatnot. And like the story mode is decent, but there's a challenge mode that I fell in love with on the original GBA, and it is so much fun. So I got the GameCube sequel to it, which has multiplayer, and I thought it'd be really fun for a replay or something. And it's just been sitting on my shelf for like 6 months, so
I would be up for doing that.
yeah, I gotta check that out. I just
That's
want to
cool.
play it. And then I was big back in the day on like downloading Japanese ROMs and like fan translated ROMs for like Pokemon Gold and Silver. So I played through like the beginning of Pokemon Gold and Silver so many times. Just like every time they release like, oh, this version's 40% translated, I download that one and play it.
Jesus
A lot of
Christ.
ROMs in my past. Not too
Wow.
proud of it.
Wow. Did this come up in the interview?
No.
Basically, you were trying to get the ROM. You were only getting the ROMs because they weren't in the U.S. yet.
Right. And then once they came out in America, I went out and bought it.
Yeah. See, that's,
Yeah, there we
that
go.
seems pretty responsible.
Yeah.
Tell Brian
I've given
what
the
you
Nintendo
told-
company enough money.
Tell Brian what you told me and Reiner about you holding a Super Nintendo controller.
I don't remember what I said. That's
He
not
said
important.
in his entire life, he thinks he has held a Super Nintendo controller for maybe an hour and a half.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he held it upside down the first time.
No, this is even worse, maybe.
How does this
like
work?
a Dreamcast controller.
Hour and a half. Like, Brian, I was thinking, like, it's got to be thousands for me. I'm sure it is for you, too. Like,
Oh, so crazy.
I bet I held a Virtua Boy longer than I've held a Super Nintendo controller.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Why did you even have? Did you have a Virtual Boy?
No, a friend of mine did though.
Oh my god. How did you guys play that for more than 10 minutes without your eyes
I have
falling
no
out?
idea.
you know, this
is
is like
novelty.
painful for us, right?
I know.
Oh.
I wanted to get it out right now. It's a milestone in our relationship.
Ah, jeez.
So Dan, how did you play Soul Calibur on GameCube?
I got the disc imported, and then there was like this crazy disc thing that you could put in the GameCube first, and it tricked it or something.
Oh yeah,
And,
I remember
yeah.
hearing about that.
Yep. So played it, but yeah, I was Japanese. I mean, it's not like I was too invested in the story of like Necrit or whatever. Like, you know, I just played it. It played just fine.
So how many months early were you able to get it?
Oh man, I think I got it like probably 3 or 4 months early, and I was thrilled about that. And then I went to college, and I hustled a Soul Calibur tournament where I went to all the dorms and put up flyers. And told them all to have Soul Calibur tournament. Got a huge blackboard, a huge bracket. Everyone paid in $5, and I just mopped the floor with everyone. The exact same thing I did in about like 93, 94 with the neighborhood kids in Mortal Kombat. So made some money off some kids that thought they could beat me in fighting games.
Now, did you time this so it was like with the release of Soul Calibur 2, so you had all these months of preparation? And
Oh no!
everyone's
This was like
wow, this game just came out and I'm so good at it. I can't believe it.
no. This was like numerous months after Soul Calibur. So like everyone had a plenty chance to play it.
All right.
So.
All right.
But even then, I'd played the first one enough. Like I picked up 2 pretty damn quick.
Yeah, it's not like it changes like super drastically.
No. I just played as Mitsurugi, and it was similar enough.
There's
Fire-
a pretty good variety of, I would say, backgrounds and enemies and everything in this game
Oh yeah.
to kind of steer back towards Yoshi's Island.
Oh, we're playing Yoshi's Island. I love this game.
Look at that. No, that's okay, Brian. That's how every Super Replay goes. Is that
All right.
we talk about Zelda for the first 2 episodes, and then it's Ben doing Bizarre Detective.
Yep.
You know,
and
within
talking
a
about
few.
Jeff Quark's wife, uterus, and whatnot.
What the hell?
What? Was I on that one?
Yeah, you were.
How did that come up?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, when you talk with Jeff Cork, it always goes back to the uterus.
Oh yeah, every time. We just
Thank
went to
God
his
he's
new
not on this.
just went to his new house recently, and he actually painted a thing from Leisure Suit Larry, like this naked pixel woman, and like painted it exactly like she looks in the game, and hung it up in his house.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
And it has to be bizarre because he has 2 young boys.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't think they're at the age yet where they can understand what that is. Like, but eventually they're gonna learn to squint their eyes and see a naked lady.
I mean, it's
wall.
Yeah.
pretty clearly a naked lady, isn't it?
I don't know, man. If you're a
it's-
kid, you wouldn't be able to piece that together.
I think we're talking like super old school computer pixels. Like
Are
it
there-
is not detailed naked lady really at all.
So you think their eyes, just having not played those games, are accustomed to seeing things that way?
I don't know. I guess you can never discount like a young boy looking for
Yeah.
nudity.
You can
anywhere.
see boobs in a lot of things as a young
I
boy.
saw boobs in
I've heard.
constellations.
In constellations? Oh boy. That's
But it's
pretty
not
good.
like this is super titillating or anything.
No.
So the hedgehogs here are blue. You want to come up with any theories?
No.
Okay.
They're just blue. They're just
move on.
hedgehogs. There were hedgehogs. There were similar things in there. I guess there were porcupines in Mario 2. The ones, there were a lot of them in the ice levels for some reason. But I don't think they were blue. They were black.
At some point in the future, I think it's safe to say we're going to do a Doki Doki Panic.
Oh my
replay.
god.
Oh,
I would dork out so much because I've seen pictures and stuff, and it's so cool for me to see those. I have never played that game in my life.
So for people that don't know, that is the original Mario 2.
Yeah, but it's like, instead of like a genie, they changed him into Toad. And like, the faces are different and the power-ups are different. They just like plugged in.
the power-ups are different.
Yeah, they just plugged in mushrooms and stuff. Like, I mean, it was.
Oh,
different
well
stuff.
they're not functional.
Oh, they
different.
function the same. I mean, it's
Okay.
functionally the same game.
What does Birdo look like in that?
I think Birdo looks the same.
I think all the bad guys are pretty identical, and the environments and everything, they just changed the main characters, right, into Mario Kart.
Yeah, there are some weird little changes, like the grass looks different, or certain vegetables will look different. But yeah, by and large, it's the same thing.
I would totally play that.
Oh, I'd love that.
What's weird about it, it was on the Famicom disk system, which is harder to find working models of that.
Huh.
Rather than just the standard cart system.
Okay.
The original Metroid was on that as well, and was nice because instead of typing in a huge crazy password, they actually had battery saves on the disk version.
That's nice.
They basically look like kind of little mini floppy disks.
Huh.
So, do you guys have, Hanson, do you have a line on how to get your hands on Doki Doki Panic?
Yeah, Mr. Jeffrey Cork. He owns it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so great.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah, we need to do that soon. Which, I mean, it's worth saying considering the similarities it has with this one, considering some people don't consider Mario 2 a real Mario game.
Yes.
I say Mario 2 is a real Mario game.
Yeah.
In case you were looking
Why?
for
Because
my
it's called
opinion.
Super Mario and it's on the box?
Because Mario is in the game as a man, and he is
Again,
the
you go
main
back to the
character.
weird man aspect.
No, man. He's a man.
He's gonna be a man.
Stupid baby.
You control him directly.
You also do that in this?
There's no baby Marios.
So where do you stand on like the Mario sports games or Mario
Uh,
Party? Do any make the
oh,
cut
oh.
as official Mario games in your mind just because you can control Mario in it? Brian?
Those are weird ass side games.
Paper Mario?
Okay, I
they're not
love
core
Mario
Mario
RPGs
games.
and all that stuff, but you know, I think if we're talking about main Mario canon, it's mostly the platformers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I consider the core Mario series to just be the platformers. By the way, I am sucking in this. This is one of those tough ones. But anyway, yeah. I do consider the RPG ones to be a separate series.
Yeah.
A great series.
Oh, I love that noise. It's an alarm clock mixed with a baby crying. What could be worse than that?
Is it? Did you have like younger siblings or anything, Brian? And that was annoying to you?
I mean, he's only 2 years younger than me, so it's not like I was a grown up and he was a baby and it was annoying.
Okay.
It's not like I had to like get up for work the next day or school or anything. We were both just hanging out at home.
I really wish I knew where I was going here.
Follow the boulder.
But yeah, Mario 2, fantastic game. I think we can agree on that, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Hanson's played it.
Of course not.
No, he
Have
hasn't.
you
That
ever
one I
touched
played.
it?
Oh yeah, I've touched it. Yeah, I touched the box once in the vault. Rubbed it up against my face.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Assimilate. No, I probably played that one for 45 minutes.
So Hanson, how the hell did you play this game if you've missed so many?
I played this one when I was in college. I just stumbled across it and was like, oh, I've always been curious about this one. I've heard better and better things over the years and fell in love immediately. And then went out and bought it on GBA.
Oh, it's the first experience with GBA.
Well, no.
Okay. I don't know where this damn key is. I went in here and this is just a coin fest.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, these are gonna start getting a little trickier.
Yeah, you can't just like mindlessly play it. You gotta actually do some strategy here. Which is unfortunate.
Not my strong suit.
Well, there's that arrow pointing.
Yeah, that's where I go. Okay, I think it involves me.
What if you
becoming
hop on those
Mole
top
Man.
mushrooms? Yeah.
I think I need to be Mole Man first. Let's see. No time limit though, which is nice.
So nice.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
That's rough in like the early Mario games that have time limits and weird puzzles. Like the ghost houses in Mario World weren't too bad, but there's like a couple places in Mario 3 where it's like, where do I go here? Like this door keeps sending me back here. And Mario 1 even had that World 8 thing.
The World 8.
Yeah, where it's like, you gotta wait for the chime and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that was super confusing when I was a kid. Like,
Awesome controls on that mole there.
I'm gonna moonwalk back.
Oh my god. Go. Oh, you idiot.
Yep.
All right. You got me
So
there.
intuitive.
Wait. I still get to be the mole, right? Oh, what are you gonna make me do here? Really?
Climb back up that stupid thing.
Oh my god. Okay, fine.
That was dumb.
You knew it, Dan.
This is gonna be like 3 episodes long, like our Dungeon 6.
And episode 3 of the mole section.
Oh god. Everyone's super replay of Mole Yoshi.
Come on, yes.
Everyone's wanted it.
Whole island.
Okay.
I made it. All
Good,
right.
good.
Okay.
All right, we're good. So,
What
let's
does
figure
Yoshi's
out-
face do?
I need to go over there.
Just another free guy or something?
No, it turns back into real Yoshi.
Oh.
All right, I'm looking
What was the
for-
point of that? Just to get 3
To
coins?
get up here. No, no, no. I need to get up here.
Okay. All right.
So, okay, so I need to go up here. You know that. Key obviously has to be over here. Right.
Do not screw this up.
What
That's
the
Why did they
hell?
even put a thing up there?
Yeah.
What
the
now it's all
Where
gone.
am I? This is right back down to the. Oh no.
Hanson, I would argue that this Yoshi floating system is not that much more complicated than the cape in Super Mario World.
Yeah, it is.
It's instead of
The
pressing
cape's
back,
much
you're just
more-
holding a button.
Yeah, there we go.
You
No,
still
it's-
have to
it's-
you still have to finesse it like.
Yeah, I'm with Brian on this one. It's a timing thing.
Really?
It's almost kind of the same rhythm as like back.
Where it
back.
scoops
Yeah,
up at
almost
the very last
exactly.
second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty similar.
Well, I'm sure if I played this as a kid, it'd be too complicated and I would have thrown it against the wall. Sworn it off forever.
Plus, Mario World has that pretty sweet like dive, like face bash.
right.
Yes,
right.
it's amazing. I love that.
Which is probably where Arkham. I think Arkham
was just
City
gonna bring that
totally
up,
got
yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
All that from the cape. Like what a great inspiration! Like bringing that Mario World cape into 3D, like city free roaming.
Yeah, that's so satisfying.
So awesome.
Guys,
And I
where
beat
do
that
we
game,
go?
and then Brian informed me that I played it wrong, and that I should have gone and gotten this.
You never
Omega
got the
grapple.
upgrade.
No, I never got the grapple
What?
upgrade, so I beat the
Oh,
entire game without being able
God.
to fling myself across the city because I was just making a straight line for the end of that game, and I told Brian that, and he fell on the floor convulsing.
I just can't talk about games with you, Hanson. 'Cause
I wonder-
you just play 'em
We've
all
never
wrong.
had one agreement when it comes to games.
It just makes me angry every time.
I wonder if the
talk to you.
Overblood Facebook group is going to just turn on Hanson. Like they worship Hanson now, but I don't think they know he doesn't know anything about games.
I appreciate these games, though. It's not the best. I think the difference is I'm not a completionist by any means. I can just kind of skate through everything.
What did you say about Uncharted?
I don't know what about Uncharted. I appreciate Uncharted. I love Naughty Dog just because Crash is one of
you
my favorite
checked it
games
out
of
of
all
the
time.
vault, and you're like, I'm just gonna start it. You like
Yeah.
checked it out with the intention of not finishing it.
That's not true. I never got into 2, so I didn't have high hopes for 3. I never thought, oh, I'm gonna immediately get into this. So, but I wanted to give it a
2.
try, and then Bren Reeves drove over to my house and yanked it out of my hands. I would have kept playing it.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Okay, guys, we seriously need to figure out where the hell I'm going here.
I feel
Alright,
like
what's the name
we've
of this level?
seen everything.
It's too. Damn.
Do something.
Too damn hard.
Is there
man.
like a? Oh, I bet there's a secret wall on the side there. Damn it, no.
No, it usually has a little indentation.
Is it that stupid mouse?
No, it's
You
somebody has
just
a
got your
key.
egg.
I mean, you don't like.
What's
kill-
that red deal?
It's a fire watermelon.
Okay.
Keep exploring, Dan. You can't go down that pipe.
I can, but it's just a coin thing.
What'd you guys think of the different babies in the Yoshi's Island DS?
Did not like
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
Was not a fan.
I mean, I'm glad they tried something new, but no,
They
I
had-
had no interest in exploring the other babies.
I mean, they had different powers, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Peach could have her parasol thing or whatever.
Did you guys ever play Super Princess Peach?
I sure did. I really like that game.
I've always meant to, and I never did.
I mean, it's compared to everything, it's pretty easy, but it's like really high quality Nintendo platforming.
Oh no, I bet that's the key, and I just lost the damn baby.
No!
Wait, I think I can still save this baby.
Save that baby.
Save the baby.
They're
Coming for your face!
Oh, damn it!
Alright, they must feast.
I think we're onto something though.
So okay, so you saw where that key was gonna be?
I got an inkling. Okay, so this drops me down here. Okay.
If you're in control of Mario, why don't you just like avoid those guys that were coming to get you?
He's a baby, he can't walk.
I thought you said he could fly and run a cape.
He can.
He can fly with the cape and run.
If you give any baby a
I haven't
star,
seen
it
this
can run.
running and cape flying
is-
or anything.
It
The
exists.
greatest thing.
Wait, did you beat this game?
No, I didn't.
Okay. He does definitely run with the cape.
But
Is
we
there-
just haven't seen it at all in the last hour.
If you'd like me to provide video footage, I can do so, Ryan.
you can bring it up on YouTube.
Yes.
How do I know it's not just some kind of weird GIF thing that some fanboy made? Because they really wanted this to be Mario 2.
Alright, Brian, is there any way this game can impress you so much that you consider it Mario World 2? Is there any way we can change your mind?
It has impressed me, and it does impress me. I've always said that I like the game and I think it's cool. It's not Super Mario World 2.
But even if you see the ending, which is really, really cool, that you've never seen before, what if it turns into the greatest level you've ever played in your life? Would you then bump it up to Mario World 2?
No, it's not a question of quality. It's a question of thematically, is this? Ooh, there's a key. Oh, thematically, is this Super Mario World 2? And I would say no.
Okay.
Would this? I mean, if this was only called Yoshi's Island, and would you be like, wow, I'm surprised they didn't call this Super Mario World 2 because it's got
Of course not.
so many
There's
similarities.
been plenty of games where the sequels have been drastically different.
But at least it makes sense.
This is driving me insane.
So we saw where the key is. We just don't know how to get
It's
there.
just, yeah.
Was there a pipe in there?
Hang on. Oh my god, this is driving me nuts. Okay.
All right,
down here.
I'll pay attention to this time.
Okay. I need to get up here.
Get up in there.
But yeah, I can't.
Is there a plane power up, Dan, you can use to get up there?
Just use that hover plane with the blades on top. Kansas.
plane?
Whirly plane.
Whirly plane, yeah.
Under here somewhere, right? It's got to be.
Did you go
do I
back to the
go?
last screen?
Wait,
or is
to the
that
left
the wall
more.
on your left?
Oh,
There we go.
jeez.
Go
Oh my
there.
God. Okay.
And then there should be a little entranceway on the right.
Yeah.
You just got to get up there, up top.
Really?
Hover from the top of that.
Yeah, it's possible. That's definitely a possibility. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god,
Look at
that's
that.
annoying.
So I know you replay a lot of old Super Nintendo classics. How often do you replay this one, Dan?
I at least pick it up and play it a little bit every once in a while, but I don't think I've beat it for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll pick it up. Just play through the first world or whatever. Do touch fuzzy gets dizzy.
That's where you stop.
Yeah.
Best name ever for a level, I'd argue.
It's great. I'll get up there. This looks like this will probably be our last one time-wise, right, Ben?
Yep.
Alrighty.
We can do it.
Do it.
Hey, I'll
Oh.
definitely beat this level, yeah.
I like how scared Yoshi looks whenever
Yeah.
he transforms too. Like he doesn't know what's happening.
This game,
Or he just wasn't turn into the mole because the controls are so horrible.
this game was Yoshi's time to shine. This is,
Got a lot of personality.
yeah. I mean, he was great in Mario World, but I mean...
He was great in the Mario movie.
Not really.
Ben also said he spent more time watching the Mario Brothers movie than playing all of the 2D Mario games. Yep.
It's just infuriating.
Yeah.
Just to talk to him.
Let's make that.
Yeah, that's the time you're supposed to be playing these awesome games.
Right. I didn't know what I was missing, Dan. I'm sure if I had it when I was a kid, I would never stop talking about it.
What did you like whittle sticks and stuff, or
Yeah.
play
No.
like a hoop?
I
No,
built
he hung
teepees
out
out in
at
the
his
woods.
cabin being afraid of ghosts his entire
Yeah,
childhood.
I was too busy dodging ghosts. and flaming skeletons.
I think you offered me $200 to sleep in that cabin, which I will do.
I did not offer you that by any means.
No, when we were walking to Black Sheep Pizza.
Nope. You tell me I offered you $200 and
you
shook your
offered
hand.
You offered Jesse $200.
Yeah, there we
and
go.
I tried to take the same
Thank
plan.
you.
Yeah, or the
Thank
same
you.
deal.
Yeah.
Which
Now you did take Hanson up on a cash-based dare recently, didn't you?
I did?
You got
We can
$5
do
from
one
him.
I'm gonna do one more. $5. I won $5
At
from
the airport.
Hanson.
He asked you to do
Oh
something.
yeah. No, it wasn't so much a dare as an offer. This is great. So Brian and I have been playing Zombieville USA 2 on iPhone lately. It's a pretty fun game. And we were at an airport recently, and so Brian's sitting across, like we're waiting for our plane, like we're waiting in the airport.
I should note my biggest pet peeve in life is annoying other people in any way.
Right.
Like I do not want strangers to look at me. I want
Right.
to go in like a ghost.
He was not sounding
In
a
and out.
bullhorn.
In and out.
Ben. So yeah. So basically, Brian's playing this game with probably like the lowest volume setting on the iPhone. Like I could tell there was audible stuff coming out, but it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. And you're in an airport. There's a billion other sounds. It's fine.
There's so many sounds like Flight 342 is now
Yeah,
boarding.
There was that, but there were
Always
people
that.
on either side of Brian, both looking at him every once in a while.
Because they wanted to see what cool game I was playing.
They were trying to
They
read.
thought it was so cool.
And you had the crappy zombie sound effects blaring out of your iPhone.
Blaring.
Their ears were
barely
bleeding.
audible.
I don't
And-
think the iPhone speakers can blare at all.
Oh, they were blaring my phone.
And so Hanson's leaning over, and me and Hanson are sitting next to each other. Brian's across the like little hallway thing, and Hanson's like, "Oh God, you should ask him to turn off the sound." I was like, "Is this iPhone?"
Because
sound?
I'm scared of Brian. I want to make that clear.
Yeah. And I was
Because
like,
I get furious every time I talk to you.
"Yeah, you got a temper. You got a hell of a temper." So yeah, he's like, "Oh, you should tell Brian to turn it off." And I was like, "Really? It's not that bad." And he's like, "It's driving me crazy." And I was like, "It's driving you nuts. You tell him." And he told me, he goes, "I'll give you $5 if you tell him to turn it down."
I saw you guys whispering. I'm like, what's
Yeah.
this all about?
And I was like, "Really? You'll give me $5 to tell him to turn down his iPhone sound?" And he said yes, and he handed me the $5. And I just
Before
lean-
you even did it?
yeah, and I lean over to Brian. I go, "Hey, Brian, Ben just paid me $5 to tell you to turn off your iPhone sound."
And then Brian did not turn off his iPhone
Of
sound.
course I did.
No, of course not. So
Awesome.
I don't
you got to
respond
keep
to
playing.
weakness well.
And then he was shivved by a stranger.
So
I think.
Ben lost $5, felt embarrassed, and still had to listen to the sound effects. So
Yeah.
me and Brian totally won.
It was great.
How could you play that in public? Oh, makes me so uncomfortable.
Brian, just start doing it next time we're on replay.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, just start playing Zombieville.
Yep.
I would do a Zombieville USA 2 replay, and it would be awesome.
I don't know.
I'm totally addicted to that game.
It's a pretty good game.
It's great. It's just imagine if I don't know if you like snuck up behind Sarah when she was trying to work. Sarah, our receptionist, and just started playing that game. It's just the idea of annoying.
Why
other
would you
people
do
with
that?
These people are not working.
They could have been
Uh,
working. People work in airports.
Yeah, they were not working. They were reading like
As long as you
details.
assess
They're
the
reading
situation
vibe and
thoroughly.
details.
And
They
there's
weren't
a
working.
billion other sounds is the
So
point.
many
like-
noises.
Yeah.
They were probably old enough they can't even hear that spectrum of sound.
True. Very true.
Did you think about it?
Not even for
Cross
a
your-
second. I turned it way down. That's what I was. That's my consideration for people.
Oh man,
'Cause I'm a considerate guy.
earbuds in your pocket.
Oh, they were like in a zipper in a bag. Like, oh my god.
Look at this horrifying thing.
Oh god!
Oh geez, that's way worse.
That
than
just straight up ate me.
You just die?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if there'd be another belly fight.
It's like the fish
Belly
from
bite.
Balloon Fight. Which, by the way, Brian, did you ever play? Because you got it on your 3DS.
Oh, I played it for not even 1 minute. I was
Wow.
like, never again.
Yeah.
I don't get angry about that, but that's one of my favorite Nintendo games.
Maybe I could use a guided tour of Balloon Fight.
Oh man.
I did recognize the music. Did you use that in Smashed?
Yep, I did.
I was like, where do I know this music from? I've never played this before.
Yeah, from the balloon trip mode, which is great. That's the jetpack joyride of its day.
It really is. I mean, it's like just see how long you can make it.
Okay.
Did that pretty
Oh,
much kind of invent the infinite runner, like mini game, basically?
Good question.
Do you think?
Oh god.
I don't know. I assume there are other games out there. I know I played one for the Apple II that was like a racing game like that where you had to dodge obstacles.
I suppose like Spy Hunter and a lot of that was just kind of infinite. See how far
Right,
you can
right.
get.
Back to the Future. NES.
Was there a Back to the Future Part 2 and 3 in one
I
game?
believe there was. Yeah.
Okay, I get that confused. And how there was like a Goonies 2 NES game, but never a Goonies 1 NES game.
There's a Gremlins 2, the new batch NES game.
All right, this is dumb. We're gonna end it right here, everybody. I hope you enjoyed episode 2. It had sound effects, unlike episode 1. So stay tuned, and episode 3 will be coming up soon.
Yay.